What's up? What's happening? It's the one and only Jeff Axel back with a new and improved hoop panel. Got my man Tay Archive, got Album, got Jay Boogie, got Billy with me. Just want everybody to introduce themselves real quick. Tay, how you living, man?
Doing good, man. Can't wait to get into it today.
Billy, how you living, bro?
Oh, well, man. I came ready to get down to discussion, huh?
Jay Boogie, how you living, man?
Can't complain, man. I'm just ready for the debate.
Album, Darius, how you living, brother?
Man, I'm chilling, man. Just make sure I grab a bag of chips and enjoy.
So obviously we want to start off with the major news that happened over the weekend. New York Knicks made a blockbuster trade out the cut, giving up Julius Randle, White Dante DiVincenzo, and the first round pick from the Pistons for Karl Anthony Towns. Kind of mixed feelings about it. I'm gonna start off with the Knicks fan, Tay Archive. How you feel about that trade, brother?
There's I'm gonna miss Dante DiVincenzo. He is the best 3-point shooter on our team, and he just been making improvements his whole career. Like before, he was a Warrior, then he was a Buck. Like he's just been getting better and better each year. And I heard he was unhappy because he was gonna come off the bench, and I understand. Like I don't want anyone on the team that is unhappy or doesn't like their role. So we did the right thing, traded him to another contender. So it's not like we didn't send him to the Pistons or something like that. So he's still on the good team. He's gonna have the same role though, but he could see some starting minutes. Like they could try, or not necessarily starting, but they could put Ant at the 1 and have Dante at the 2. They could try something like that. Dante could bring the ball on the court as well. Yeah, I just want to talk about the role player in the trade first. I like that was good for the Timberwolves. They need 3-point shooting. Okay, so us trading the first. I don't care. No one we would draft with that first. We weren't even gonna get the first. So that's the Pistons lottery protected. They're gonna be in the lottery for the next 40 years. So we weren't gonna use that pick anyway. So it doesn't matter. So like that's like I don't even think about that in the trade. Okay, so for the Knicks, getting Karl Anthony Towns, I love it. We should have a top 3 offense in the NBA next year. It gets everyone out the paint. That there's no big standing under the rim. That's easy for Brunson. Like that's wide open layups.
Barbecue chicken.
Yeah, there's no help. Like you help. Got Karl Anthony Towns. Yeah, him getting that alone helps the offense. Karl Anthony Towns, he likes to drive, on centers and stuff like that. He's probably one of the best at that at his position. So we have another creator outside of Brunson. He's kind of iffy, kind of spotty in the playoffs, but I mean, it's gonna come with some time. But for the Timberwolves, this was for the future. This move was for the future. They got off of Cat's contract. They brought in Julius Randle, who has 1 year left. He has a player option. So if he wants to take it, go somewhere else, cool. They can just keep going, keep building the team from there. But it gives them another creator, too, in a different way. The spacing is going to be bad. But it just gives them another creator. And they did add Dante DiVincenzo to that as well. So I think it was a good trade for both teams. Like, I'm not upset about it. The next paint defense is gonna get worse, so I'm still looking to see if we're gonna get another big. But we do have some of the best wing defenders in the league, so it'll even out. We have flexibility across the court on defense, so I'm not really worried about defense. We got, like I said, we got some of the best wing defenders in the league, so it just makes our offense better, and that paint defense. With putting Cat out there is going to be questionable. He's not terrible on defense. Like he guarded Jokic and whatnot. He's not terrible, but yeah, I'm a fan. I like the trade. I just had to sleep on it. It looked terrible. Cat's antics like got into my head at first, but on the court, he's a good player. So,
Billy, what you think about this trade?
Personally, I agree with a few points he made. I do feel like their offense is gonna boom. The defense is gonna have to cry a little bit there. I really don't understand the Timberwolves letting go Cat. He is a generational talent. Whether or not his mental is there, his talent is there. You can't deny what he can do. He's very efficient when he needs to be and he wants to be, compared to a Julius Randle who can get you 20 points on 30 shots. He might. It's a great chance he'll shoot you out the game and he'll offlook you. To play like Kobe and not being able to score like Kobe is kind of detrimental to a championship lineup. As far as Karl Anthony Towns, as you can see from Jimmy Butler to Ant Edwards, depending on who's the leader of the team, that's how he sways with his personality and his playing presence. So Jimmy Butler kind of made him crack because he was always against him, and put him into that fold and made him aggressive. I feel like being in that New York identity is gonna if he ingrains himself with the team and acts as they do, he'd be one of the best players we'll ever see. If not, if New York gets to him, we'll never see Karl Anthony again. He'll be another Ben Simmons. It's definitely a test of his mental aptitude. Again, with DiVincenzo, watching him in the playoffs, bro, he was almost our best rebounder. He's getting 15 rebounds whenever he feel like. That's scary to get that away. To me, that's scary to give away. I don't know if you can start him on the Timberwolves because of the size. He doesn't have the defense that who is it, McDaniels? Who
Yeah,
starting over there?
yeah. Oh, he's not starting over Dan Jaden.
Yeah, he doesn't have that size or the defense. He isn't that same presence. OG Anunoby is the defensive identity for the Knicks. So as far as he takes us is where we go in that case. He just needs to stay healthy.
Oh man, I ain't you saying us. You a Knicks fan too. I'm outnumbered. It's you and my nephew Tig.
Hey, look, man, the Knicks the reason why I started liking basketball, bro, and that's crazy. I'm from Chicago.
Man,
Right. I thought you was a Bulls fan.
Hey, the Bulls was weak as hell until we got Rose, bro. Then we was weak as hell when he left. I'm a Rose fan.
I dig it. Jay Boogie, what you think about this trade, man?
Man, I feel like in a way it was like a win-win. I feel like for the Knicks, you do get better floor spacing, but we know the history of Coach Tibbs. Like, is you going to elevate Karl Anthony Towns' toughness because you go into Madison Square Garden, the fans not going to sugarcoat what they're going to see. So Karl
Not
Anthony,
at all.
yeah, so they're going to have to really dictate his mentality, just like what Billy says. Like, it's more mental because we know he got the skill, but his mentality is going to have to be like wired different because you're going to a whole nother city that expects nothing but big things to happen. And I feel like, with them trying to trade away Mitchell Robinson, it's going to make it a little bit more tougher, but you still got at least some type of decent big man of Precious and I think Jericho Sims. But, I mean, outside of defense, because you still got Mikal Bridges, OG Anunoby, and Josh Hart. And Josh Hart being like the glue guy on the team, I mean, it makes it easier to where it's like if Karl Anthony Towns can't, do something on the glass, you still got OG, Josh Hart, and then Mikal Bridges to make up for it in that starting lineup. And then, for the Timberwolves with Julius Randle, he's not the shooter that Karl Anthony Towns is, but what you do get out of him is toughness, and he's a little bit more finesse. He just, like I said, just not the shooter. And what bugs me, I still think about it. The Timberwolves chose Gobert over Karl Anthony Towns.
It's crazy.
So it's when you look at this, you be like, okay, you just let go pretty much one of the best shooting bigs of our era, and then now you bringing in another all-star type forward, but he's not the shooter the Towns is. He's gonna have to regroup because I think he's coming off an injury because I think he only played like 40-some games last season. So it's going to take time to gel within the offense. But the only benefit I could say for Randall, he's going to get more touches because Mike Conley is not the point guard Jalen Brunson is, because Mike Conley is more like a floor general, set up players and get them going. So the touch,
Real PG.
the touch is going to be there. it just you ask them to, be more wise with your shot selection because at the end of the day, now this is Anthony Edwards' team, so you just gotta like abide, the chemistry, the flow, and so forth. And then for the bench with Dante, like I said on my TikTok, I said something like, kind of agree with you. Like he's not the biggest defender like Jaden McDaniels, but you still get another guard that can play along with Nikhil Anderson because how he was locking up Jamal Murray in the playoffs was incredible. And for me, I'm sitting here like, okay, you let go Kyle Anderson, at least you bring another guy or at least another guard that can play three, that's a 3-and-D player. And, with Nas Reed, I feel like this is going to be Nas Reed's breakout year now that Towns is gone. So the playing time for him going to increase. I mean, he was phenomenal throughout the whole playoff for the Timberwolves. And, for both teams, I feel like it's a win-win. But if I have to choose who won this trade, it's going to be I'll probably say the Knicks by a slight edge, only because the floor spacing and you got the perimeter defense. It's just the Timberwolves, you're going to have to, figure out the half-court offensive set because Gobert still don't have an offensive game. He's a non-factor on offense, so you're going to have to really get all your shot attempts, mainly from Anthony Edwards, Randall, and probably coming off the bench, probably like a Nas Reed, because Karl Anthony Towns was a shooter. He can play in the post when he be aggressive, and so it's going to be interesting to see how the half-court set offense is going to be for the Timberwolves. But that's my take on that.
And Darius, like, I want to get your take on it, and then I'll follow up with mine. We can move on to the next topic. How do you feel about the trade?
I like the trade for both sides, but I do feel like the Knicks won the trade. I feel like the Knicks won the trade because they got that floor spacing, but they also still have rim protection. Like I know Mitchell Robinson's hurt, but when he plays, he's top 5 in the league in rim protection. Like I've seen him block jumpers, like block corner threes from the paint. Like I can't just leave that out. Like I can't just act like Mitchell Robinson doesn't exist. So I don't know if him and Cat would play together, or like who would be the odd man out in the starting lineup if when Mitchell Robinson is healthy, because he is a very important asset for that team. And then for the Timberwolves, it's like I don't really understand it for them on why they got rid of Cat. I would think they would get rid of Gobert over Cat, but Gobert is a rim protector. I can't act like he doesn't protect the rim. Like that's what he does. But their spacing is definitely taking a big hit because you got Ant, you got you got Ant, you got Randall, you got Nas Reed. Nas Reed, he can shoot, but that's not really his like game. Like everybody they have on their team that can score is more like a mid-range to finishing type of player. I mean, yeah, they got Rob Billingham, but we'll see how, how he's still a rookie. We'll see how he plays, but he stretches the floor, but he's still finished. Like, it's just, I got to like literally see them play for me to understand how it's going to work because on paper, it looks like, oh, they got the players, but it's like, like they picked up Dante. Dante can shoot, but they're just lost their stretch. They just lost their floor spacing just now. So it's like, I favor the Knicks. Like I think the Knicks won the trade, but I'm not counting out the Timberwolves because I have to see it. Like I can't just give it like, oh, the Timberwolves are gonna be nice, but I have to see it because the spacing definitely did take a huge hit. So I would say the Knicks won the trade, but it's not by a landslide. It's not like the Knicks won the trade right now, but the Timberwolves could very well win the trade in the future. So right now, it's like a B plus B minus. It's a B plus B type of trade right now. Like for each side, the Knicks got a B plus, the Timberwolves got a B. So yeah, that's my take. I think it's more to the Knicks.
So to wrap it up, initially I kind of felt Minnesota won, but the more I was thinking about it over the day or two, I do like the pick and pop aspect of Jalen Brunson and Cat. I do like the floor spacing. I am concerned about them on defense.
Why?
I just feel like they're going to Oh, they're going to attack Karl-Anthony Towns and pick a roll. Are you kidding me?
But Karl-Anthony Towns,
Can't move his
he's
feet on the
not a
perimeter.
slouch though. Like
On
Karl-Anthony
the
Towns,
perimeter. I'm talking about on the perimeter. Like when they switch that pick and roll, and you got Jason Tatum, and he looking at him one-on-one ISO. He gonna blow past him and finish at the rim. Like they gonna attack him in Brunson and pick and roll.
Or is he gonna settle for a step back three?
Step back
Yeah, you got to think about that too. Like, if the smarter move would be him to blow past, but he's not gonna do that.
Majority
he
players,
jumper.
and Cat, let's not act like he don't get chase down blocks. Cat, like if that's the only time he blocks shots, in my opinion, is when he's chasing it down, like when he's coming from behind.
Yeah.
So
that's one of my concerns, but I think they can deal with it. I think they'll be okay. Like another concern, I actually think Julius Randle is a little bit better than people are giving him credit for.
Oh yeah,
like he is a 20-10-5 guy. Everybody talking about him like he ain't shit. I'm just like, I don't really dig that. I understand he's inefficient. He's a ball hog at times. Like he get tunnel vision. He'll decide it's Julius Randle time and look off Ant gonna be like, man, lame ass nigga, fuck out of here. Swing that bitch.
And that's what you need, damn near.
So I don't know, man. I think it's a win-win. I do like the Minnesota got under the salary cap because they was over the second apron, and they wouldn't have been able to keep Nas Reed and I think it was Nas Reed and McDaniels next year if they was
Nickeil Alexander Walker.
Oh, it was Nickeil Alexander Walker. Yeah. So yeah, it's just like I understand why they did it. That whole second apron thing fucked up like quality built teams. So
yeah, I
understand it. I like Darius said, I'm interested to see how it looks on the court. Because on paper, like okay, it's some quality players. A lot depends on Terrence Shannon Jr. A lot depends on Rob Dillingham if they can come in and make an immediate impact.
Yeah.
So they're trying to blend the youth and trying to compete at the same time. Usually that doesn't really work out too well. You got to choose one direction or the other.
Mm-hmm.
So it's intriguing, man. Minnesota's definitely taking a risk, but I do think they're still a top 4 team in the West. I still have them high.
Oh, yeah. I don't think that's going anywhere. I still think it's just the championship contention thing with like it's just we want to see the spacing. Like we know they're going to be nice, but we want to see how nice. Like because they got potential to be top 2, but right now we just gonna keep them at 4. Like you know what I mean?
Right.
Those first 15 games are gonna be ugly as hell.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like no training camp. Like these dudes just job. Some of the workout. Yeah, it's gonna be nasty.
Hey, I got a question before we leave the topic though.
What's up?
I heard a question of why they traded Carl instead of Gobert. Do we think he had the same marketability, and as well as that, in the playoffs, we know Gobert he tends to become obsolete. Do you think we'll have a Nas and Julius Randle front court instead?
Yeah, I think yes. That's what I'm saying. I got to see how they're going to play it because, like, what you're saying, I understand because Randall can guard the center. Like, I've seen him do it. I've seen him switch onto the center and hold his own. So, like,
he played like he in the hood.
Yeah, they might. Yeah, I'm saying they might have a little small ball type lineup going on. And then we're not going to forget about Jaden McDaniels. He can rebound too. We know he's a defender, but he's still tall. That means that lineup wouldn't be that small, to be honest. Because it's 6'9", 6'9", and 6'9" or 6'8", however tall Julius Randle.
They got the length.
Yeah, so I'm interested to see. Like I'm looking at the Timberwolves now. I got a little microscope when I'm trying to see what they can do.
Yeah, I definitely think that Karl-Anthony Towns had more trade value than Rudy Gobert. So I definitely think that's why they moved him up.
Yeah.
And I do think that Julius and Nas Reed is probably going to be a lot of closing lineups. And if the thing is going left by an all-star break, which I don't see, but if it is, I can see them maybe looking at Rudy at the trade deadline and be like, not sure. Let's try to.
The problem. That's the only problem. It's Rudy. He's the reason that we're talking about spacing. It's literally he's literally the only reason we're talking about spacing. Like, there's no one else except him. Because it's like, oh yeah, they can go, but everybody else can shoot a little bit. They got a little something in them. This nigga Rudy don't do nothing. Like, what is he doing in the offseason? Like I really want to.
You're working on defensive slides and positioning, bro. Like that's crazy what it is.
But like, you've been in the league for how many years? Why have you not developed a lick of a jumper, bro? Like, am I tripping? He has developed no type of offensive game, bro, unless it's an offensive rebound. Like
year 12 or 13, something like that.
Yeah, like what's going? Like you gotta like. That's what I'm saying. He's not dedicated enough. Like, bro, You want DPOY, cool. He's just like he's comfortable. Like I'm good. I don't need to shoot. Like, bro, if you shot, do you know how deadly you would be? If you could shoot the ball, if you could step back and shoot, do you know how like a problem?
All he need is a hook shot, bro. He get 10 points a game. He'd be crazy. Get him a hook shot. What the fuck is what happened to the hook shot?
Elbow jumper. That's what he need. An elbow jumper that just you respect a little bit. Like you gotta respect it. Just a smidgen of respect.
This
for
nigga
him.
10 feet tall. Shoot a hook shot. Shoot a hook shot, man. A hook shot.
He don't work on no offense. Like
the funniest thing from the playoffs last year, before we move on, was when Ant-Man was like, yo, I knew the game was over when Rudy hit that mid-range turnaround jumper. Bro, he was like, I knew the shit.
Yeah.
Like his form. I can't describe his form. Because like when I saw the picture, like when you take a picture of it, his form was so bad. And I was looking at the picture for a while. I'm just like, yeah, the Nuggets lost this series.
Yeah, bro. Chill. That still hurt, yo. That still sting, yo. I'm a Nuggets fan. That still sting, yo. Chill.
That's PTSD right there.
Yeah, like, PTSD seeing Rudy Gobert hit a jumper. That's when I just turned it up to grab the remote. Good, bro.
So we're going to talk about the top teams in the East. I'll save the number 1 seed for last because I don't want to come off as biased. I'm a Celtics fan, but I'm gonna be respectful and talk about the other teams. 2 to 10, and then we're gonna spin back and talk about the Celtics at the end. But I'm interested. So my top 6 teams, I got Boston, I got New York, I got the Sixers, I got the Bucks, Orlando, and I'm stuck between Indiana and Cleveland, man. Like I don't know. I think I'm gonna side with Indiana though. Tay, who do you have as your top 6?
Literally, I got not necessarily. Boston, New York, Philly, Milwaukee, Cleveland, and Orlando.
We damn near got the same list.
What you got, Billy?
The East kind of like it's either you're
better
good
this year,
or
bro.
your ass.
Oh God, it really is. Though. Personally, I think the Celtics got it like they're the team to beat for the next 5-6 years if they keep the same core. The only person they have to worry about is
they got drugs.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They only got to worry about Horford, and that's going to be 2 to 3 years down the line. You can prepare now for that. But my list is 1 is Celtics, 2 is Knicks, 3 is 76ers, Bucks, and the Magic. I think Paolo is going to have an explosive year. I think the confidence from the playoff is just going to propel him to something we've never seen before. My honorable mention, Miami and Cleveland. I really didn't know where to put them to. I feel like they'd be fighting for the same spots almost. Miami is a team that they kick it up when they need to. They definitely go deep in the playoff anytime they want to, which is it's kind of odd. I feel like they should. I don't know what's up with Jimmy Butler. I feel like they need one more person, but he might age out before they get that. I don't think the Pacers are going to have that same confidence going into next year from dealing with Tyler and what the fuck the USA basketball. I think that's going to kind of dampen his personality a little bit out there on the court.
Tyrese?
No, Tyrese is just happy to be there.
Tyrese is happy to be a part of it, bro. He's happy to be a part of history, bro. If the Tyrese I know is that guy, like if he's the guy I know he is, he don't care. Like he
don't care.
Yeah, yo, think about it. Like, you
there.
hang out with all of those superstars, like all of those legends. Like you're part of the pictures. Like you right there with a gold medal on too. Like like he just had the way he was acting, and he was trolling about playing 0 minutes. Jason Tatum, he was hurting. Like he was. I don't even know, bro. Like
I like that Tatum say this is gonna be his revenge season, bro. He's gonna go get 50 a game.
Yeah, and then this Tyrese talking about when you on a school project, when you get an A on a school project and don't do nothing, damn.
Yo,
we posted that. I swear.
I looked that shit up.
Yeah, he chilling, bro. I don't think.
I'll sit in that case. He gonna get 12 assists a game. It's gonna be a good season. But I still
got them in the top 6 for me. But JP, who do you feel is in top 6 in the East.
Also I got Boston, I got Philly, I got New York, and then at the 4, I got Milwaukee. The reason why I got Milwaukee at 4 is for that high, just be at 4, just because who they picked up as a role players. I think they picked up guys like Gary Trent Jr., who was a good pickup. They picked up DeLon Wright, and they picked up what's his name? Cam from the
Taurean
Lakers.
Prince, right?
Yeah, Taurean Prince. Yep. So their backup, like their depth, just got much better because they ain't literally gonna need help on defense. And at 5, I got Orlando. At 6, I'm going to have to go with Indiana just because how they play in the playoffs and their role players like Nembhard, Obi Toppin, all them guys, they got good chemistry, and a young team like that and how they performed in the playoffs. I mean, I think Washington said it. They could went up 2-1 against Boston had they kept the lead.
They gave us our toughest series, bro. Like, no cap.
So it's like when I look at that, I'm like, that's chemistry off rip. Like, because, I mean, I said Nembhard stepped up. Siakam pretty much was a road killer in terms of like he was getting buckets on the road throughout the whole playoffs. And then Miles Turner. It like I just can't leave out Indiana. Cleveland is Darius Garland was like a big disappointment in the playoffs. I don't know if y'all going to agree with me on that, but he was a big disappointment in the playoffs.
Oh, yeah, we agree.
We agree, but I don't think it's his fault.
No, it's not his fault. It was just
It's Donovan Mitchell. His shitty.
We don't like Donovan Mitchell. I do.
What?
Bro, he doesn't make the people around. He makes people around him worse, bro. How does Darius Garland go from averaging 20 and 10 to?
The only reason Utah Jazz and the Cavs made the playoffs was because of Donovan Mitchell.
No, I get.
We ain't about to do this.
Saying he's not a good player. Like
He's a scorer.
He
That's
makes
all.
people
He's a
around
pure
him worse.
scorer.
So you have to play a certain way. You have to play a certain way to play with Donovan Mitchell, and that's the problem. Darius Garland didn't have the ball in his hands. He couldn't put up stats. Like, that's the problem. Like, how do you go from an all-star averaging these numbers to falling off the next year? That don't even make sense. Only thing that changed is Donovan Mitchell got there. Like, that's literally the only thing that changed.
All right, so, and this is what I said before. I believe in Coach Kenny Atkinson. I saw him take D'Angelo Russell, Spencer Dinwiddie, and Karis LeVert, had all 3 of them averaging about 20 a game, and he took that team to the playoffs. So off the strength of him doing that, I want to see what he does with this Mitchell and Garland combo. I feel like the Nets did him dirty by firing him. So I don't know, man. Like I believe in their coach. But who do you have 1 through 6 for the Eastern Conference, Darius?
Number 1, I got Knicks. Number 2, I have the Celtics. Yeah, I don't care. he threw it.
Continue. No, finish your list, bro.
Knicks,
Wow,
Celtics, Magic, 76ers. I say Heat, then Cavaliers, then Pacers. So, yeah, I have Knicks, Celtics, Magic, 76ers, Cavs. I mean, Heat, then Cavs.
So no Bucks?
Oh, shit. Timeout. No. Wait. Chill. I skipped.
Oh, yeah, you didn't say the Bucks at all.
Yeah, hold on. Knicks, Celtics, Magic, Bucks, 70. Well, I think the 76ers would be better than Bucks. So 76ers, Bucks, then Heat. That's my top 6. Yeah. So
Okay.
That'll be up to Paul George.
That's my favorite player all the time. I believe in him. I
don't.
I'm biased.
I think he's going to struggle in Philadelphia. I think the media is going to get in his head. He's going to have some stinky performances. Like, I believe that's one reason why I'm high on Philly, because Embiid and Maxey, really. I don't give a fuck about what Paul George got.
Man, Maxey a bucket, dude.
It's really Maxey, man.
Right.
Respecting PG. Like they don't have Jason.
He disrespected himself. You know what, last year he had 18 points, shooting 36% in the playoffs. It was his time to really step up. He ain't do shit against Dallas. It's a long history of him shrinking in the playoffs, bro. It's not me disrespecting. It's the facts.
I mean, he the third option now. He ain't got much to worry about. Like, he the third option now. This is a spot for him. He at that age right now because he can still play defense and he can score at a high level. That's all they need him to do.
He's better than Tobias. I'll give you that.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Hell yeah.
saying.
Yeah,
They were good with Tobias Harris. Imagine having Paul George on your team. Like, come on now.
Tobias just don't care until he finna get paid.
Right.
That's the only one he gonna lose.
He's the most inconsistently consistent player ever. Like, he'd be one game, like he keeps his average up by going on hot streaks. Like, I don't know what, but yeah,
So
Paul George, you gotta respect him. Like, you gotta respect him. Like,
we
he's
gonna
a
see.
third option.
Like I'm interested to see Philly versus New York. I think that's the best rivalry in the Eastern Conference brewing. I think that series really started some shit. Like, Embiid's the new most hated player. That whole Trae Young shit's over. I feel like Knicks fans are gonna hate Embiid forever because the way he did Mitchell Robinson with that whole tackle the leg shit. He lost a lot of points. Miami, I want to see how, like, if Tyler Hero can stay healthy, if Rozier can stay healthy, because they didn't really get to play together. I like Jaime Jaquez Jr. I think Bam is going to level up this year. Like, I think, like, you said what, Darius?
The rookie they drafted, I think he's going to play a big part in their team this year.
Yeah, Khalil Ware? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Indiana, why I like Indiana, I'm keeping them in the top 6. They did everything well last year, but last year, Benedict Mathurin was hurt. And with him coming back into the fold as a scorer, he can get you between 15 and 20 games.
I'm so high on him, bro. I just wish he was on a different team.
Oh, he's going to be on a different team, bro, after this year.
If the Knicks didn't get hurt, the Pacers will never make it to play the Celtics.
I try not to say that.
That's true.
That's a fact, but I think
everybody agrees with that, though.
And on top of that,
what you want to say, Billy?
I agree with his list a little bit because shit, if the Knicks was healthy, they could have won it all, man.
That's what I'm saying. I think they
could have took it all. They could have took it all.
Bro, I think they matched up with the Celtics. They matched up with the Celtics nice. I think they match up even better now. Like, that's the problem.
That's why we made the trade.
Yeah,
we have
to
has to be. Yo, does this make us better for the Celtics? That's the
like they're playing to beat
has
the
to
Celtics.
be for the Celtics.
Like, they're building their team to beat the Celtics, but in the process, they're going to steamroll everybody else. Like, that's how I feel. Because, like, you are Brunson, he's a number one. That give him the ball and move out the way, and he gonna make it happen. I believe in him. He showed me last year. I can't say nothing about Jalen Brunson anymore. Like, I was hating when he got there. I was like, no way they paid him that much. But I ate my words, and I'm not. And I'm telling you, bro. Like, I really believe in Mitchell Robinson. Like, I know he got injury problems, but when he's on the court, he is a difference maker. Like, he literally makes people second guess going up. Like, he like averages like 10, make them turn around and start looking for the pass when they stop in the paint. They stop in the paint, pick the ball up, turn around and start looking because they don't want to go up. Like, I
agree with all of y'all about the Knicks being, second best team in the East. Like, they're legitimate. Like, they can go 10 deep. They got a lot of talent. I'm not discounting that, but Indiana was the number one scoring team in the NBA last year. I don't think that was a fluke. They had a lot of depth. You got Pascal Siakam. He's a 20-point per game scorer. You got a 3-and-D center.
That's supposed to be New York this year, though. That's what we're saying. Like, that was
no. I'm just saying they're top 6. I didn't say they're going to beat New York. I never said that. I'm just saying they're a top 6 team. I don't think last year.
So who is your 5? Who do you think they're better than? Like, who is your 5?
So I had Boston, New York, Philly, Milwaukee, Orlando, and I'm gonna put them at 6. I'm juggling between them.
Better than Cleveland and the Heat.
I'm juggling, yo. I don't know. They right there. They're all in the same mix. I got the Cleveland and the Heat and the play-in. They're right there.
I understand. I think it's between them 3. Like, yeah, I think it's literally between them 3, like, fighting for the play-in. Like, literally just them 3. Like, it could be, you could swap out any of them for the 6th spot. That's how I feel. I feel like the top 5 is, like, basically solidified. I feel like the 6, it could be, like, it's, like, up in the air with them 3 teams. Like, whoever make it.
Yeah, with Indiana, like, due to because they just re-signed Nembhard and they signed Pascal Siakam to a max contract, so they're not gonna have the cap room to sign Benedict Mathurin and Miles Turner. So they're gonna ball out in their contract.
They've been talking about trading Miles. Miles Turner be the top of the trade rumors for the last 16 years. Bro, he gone, bro. He not gonna be there no more, bro. They got that other yo. That's
what I'm saying. He gonna ball. It's contract year for both of them. So they got
another. Wait, but they got that other yo that's been playing center when Miles Turner be hurt. And he been doing a good job. I forgot his name.
Isaiah Jackson.
Yeah.
I mean, they signed James Wiseman too, so I don't know. They pretty
Yo,
decent.
don't
Why'd you even say that?
Just tell me that.
Come on, man.
You just told me.
I'm saying he's a backup big.
Nah,
With a pass first point
that
guard.
ship is sailed. That's over.
Yeah,
with.
that shit's cooked.
I'm sorry.
But yeah, like I
Over.
like the 1 through 6. I think it's gonna be a very competitive East. Like everybody that we named, I think could get over 42 wins. They can all be over 500.
Yeah, most definitely.
I
Definitely
think the
intriguing.
Pistons going to be a fun team to watch.
The Pistons?
Pistons?
Yeah. With Monty Williams, it's going to be fun. I ain't say it's going to be. It's not going to be. Not going to be.
Now you got
good
JB
season.
Bickerstaff.
It's going to be fun though. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Damn, what the fuck? I just look up.
So what happened was Cleveland, they fired JB Bickerstaff because he didn't get along with Mitchell. I think JB Bickerstaff is going to do a good job in Detroit. They got more shooting this year. They went out and signed Malik Beasley. They traded for Tim Hardaway Jr. They got Tobias.
Hardaway. Yeah.
Damn, this happened Wednesday. That's crazy.
Yeah, Pistons are going to be better this year. I think they're going to be like a 30-win team. Cade, he's a good player. I want to see if Ivy steps up. I want to see if Jalen Duren finally steps up. I like Asar Thompson.
I need him to lock in, bro. He got too much potential for him to not be like that guy. Like he too damn big, bro. If you don't use that shit, everybody now don't want to guard big niggas like you. There's a reason why you got weeded out the league, bro. Use it. Like, bro, you see what Jokic's chunky ass do, bro? If you don't put your elbow on the back of somebody, like, bro, if you don't do something, like, I just need Duren. Like, I don't even like Duren. Somebody I don't need to shoot. Like, I don't get. Like, I talk about Rudy Gobert. He need to shoot. Duren, I don't need you to shoot, bro. I just need you to be a dog. Like, I really just need you to be dominant. Like, he has the frame and the build and the everything to be dominant. Be dominant, bro. Like, make your presence known. Like, I'm tired.
Another team I'm on the fence with, and we're about to move to the Western Conference. I just want to talk about the play-in potential teams real quick. I think Charlotte's going to be a little bit better this year than they have been in past years. I like their coach.
We'll see if they have a point guard.
Yeah, the jury's out on him at this point, bro.
Why the jury not out on Zion then?
You said why is what?
Why is the jury not out on Zion then? They the same nigga.
His team is better.
We're going to talk about them in a little bit, but my thing is he been to the play-in 2 times as a 10 seed. They got blown out in both games. And then once I see last year, what really pissed me off about LaMelo Ball, he was on the bench. They was down by 30. He's sitting there laughing and shit. Brandon Miller out there on the court yelling at his teammates to get back. He's like, yo, y'all got to care. So once I saw that, I was like, okay, he's looking like Karl-Anthony Towns and Miller's looking like Ant Edwards. Like, I don't know if
Miller got that vibe too. Miller's always had that in him though. Like, so I'm high on Brandon Miller. The team he's on, there ain't much he can do. Like, he's doing what he can. Like
Miles Bridges. I like the coach Charles Lee. Like, they're gonna be better. I was just watching some of their practices, and I'm like, yeah, the energy's a little bit different. Like, he holds people accountable. Like, they're not gonna be great, but they're gonna be better than what they have been in the past couple years. Jay Boogie, what you think about the playing teams? Anybody that stands out to you before you go west?
Man, it's tough because
good or suck. There's no in between. Either good or suck. Like,
yeah,
yo.
This gonna be bold, but I can't sleep on Scotty Barnes and the Raptors. I like Scotty Barnes a lot. I think him and RJ Barrett, they show they got good chemistry. So it's like, damn.
I dig it.
It's so like, and that's what about the play-in. It makes it that much tougher because it's like, okay, your choices is like very like small. So playing for the East, I can see the Raptors, obviously. How do y'all feel about Atlanta Hawks?
Not a fan.
Trae Young's on the team. Trae Young's the same season as Donovan Mitchell. Him and Donovan Mitchell the same nigga, bro. Him and Donovan Mitchell don't make people around them better, bro. You got to play a certain way to play around them, stunts their growth.
I like Jalen Johnson.
Unless your name is
Trae Young doesn't make people better.
Yeah, unless your name is Clint Capella, you're not. You're good. Like, you suck automatically. Like, think about how many rookies they got, how many young players they got. What happened? Jalen just started playing good. Like he and that's just half decent. Like no, Trae Young, you have to be a spot up to play with him, a spot up or a pick and roll lob threat. There's no in between. Yeah,
He's too damn little.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And then Donovan Mitchell, he's an undersized shooting guard. Like they do the same thing. You got
thoughts about the Hawks. I like Bogdanovich. I think he's a good player. DeAndre Hunter seems like he turned the corner this past year, so he might be better. I haven't heard a damn thing about Zachary Richardson. He's like the least talked about.
His player comp was Harrison Barnes. We don't have to talk about him. Like his player comp is Harrison Barnes.
Oh yeah, you'll break your game if you get that on 2K.
Harrison Barnes, bro, like if you was a top pick and you compared to
number one.
Well, we played like he won Cole on the Warriors during that run, though.
Yeah, he was the reason they lost. He didn't make a damn shot. He was out there freaking. Like they might have run to the whip. Like, man, we gotta call KD. Fuck this.
Yeah, like they traded him and won. Like I can't act like that.
He got traded on the bench during the game, bro.
Yeah,
like that lets you know what Harrison.
Yeah, that's just sad. That's sad as hell, man.
Is he on the Spurs right now?
Oh yeah, he is. I forgot about that.
Yo, what? I didn't even know he went to the Spurs. I thought he was still on the Kings.
It was a quiet one. It was a quiet.
Yeah. The fact that Harrison Barnes is quiet, this tells you like your draft comparison is Harrison Barnes. Like you went number one. Like, and I was high on him, but then I was like watching him play, and I'm like, yo, he don't do nothing. Like
he don't do nothing above average. He's just like
at all. He's a prospect. Like he's a literal prospect. He got 70 overall, 75 overall in all his stats. Like he just hella normal.
Say this thing normal, Zach.
Like he's just a normal guy. Like
he just played basketball.
Researcher. Only thing unique about him, is his last name. Like other than that,
that's
he's normal.
Wild. I got Hawks and Raptors in the play-in.
What the?
I think.
So wait, you got Raptors? You say you got Raptors?
Yeah, the Hawks and the Raptors in the play-in.
Yes,
I think they.
See, I got Raptors. Yeah, I definitely got the Raptors for sure.
I don't believe in their coach like that. I like some of the talent. I mean, I like Scotty Barnes. I like how RJ Barrett played. Shout out to Emmanuel Quickly, but overall, I'm not really. They laugh because like he from our hometown and they feel like I blindly support Emmanuel Quickly.
Yo, no.
I mean, he a hooper. He made hooper, man.
No. Time out. He said he's going to average 25. That's why we're.
I said between 20 and 25. No. Hold on. What? Time out. Let me explain.
25?
Yeah.
No, Billy. Let me explain.
Yo. I know his mom was my teacher in high school. No, he said he's going to average 25 points. No.
Billy, let me explain myself.
Yeah, bro. What's up?
It was like after the trade, I was like, hey, I can see him averaging between 20 points and 25 points. Them niggas saw 25 and just spazzed out on him. I was like,
how you see that though? I see 16 through 18. Yeah, he go crazy with 18 points a game. I don't know about 20 to 25 though. He'll need a lot of shots.
He averaged 18.
I mean, I was being a little biased because of hometown. I ain't gonna lie, but
I'm gonna need a lot of shots.
I was reaching a little bit to 25, but I still think he can average 20. He's still young. Like he can be a spot up shooter. Scotty Barnes, a lot of pick and roll, kicking it to him for 3. I still think he can get 20. But
damn near anybody in this league can get 20.
Right. Meeting in the middle. He said 20 to 25. We meeting in the middle. So that's like 22.5. He ain't doing that shit. No, he not even No.
He getting 22 and a half.
Yeah. That's Scotty Barnes and company. That's what that team is. Scotty Barnes and company.
Wow. That's
Scotty Barnes played 1 through 5. Right or wrong. Like it's him and them.
He's gonna get like 13, 15 this year.
Man.